Hi guys, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are good. So if this is your first time coming across this channel, do well to subscribe. Click on notification bell to get notified whenever a new video is being posted. Okay. So in today's video, it's been a while. I made an intro with my my face myself by myself like physically like this. So I'll be doing that today because I'm already putting on the clothes I want to. So in today's video, we'll be learning how to cut this cow neck and this ruched skirt, cow neck, ruched skirt, and the slits by the side here. That's what we'll be cutting today. That's what we'll be learning today. So if this is what you might be interested in seeing, do well to subscribe. Click on notification bell to get notified whenever a new video is being posted. So keep watching. Let me say it. Like this is so giving. Like I can wear it to anywhere. So fine. So let's dive right into the video, okay? Bye. My camera didn't even do justice to that skirt, but by the way, that's by the way. So this is what we'll be working with. We'll be working with a brown paper, my ruler, my pen, my tape, and the main fabric I'll be working on. Then I also have my chalk. I'll be using it on the main fabric as well. And I have my measurements over there. So we'll be needing two brown paper actually, not just one. We'll be needing two because we're going to cut the front and the back. Just relax and see how this is being done. It is very easy to make. You know one thing about sewing, it's once you're determined, when you have passion for it and you're determined to learn, you're going to learn it no matter where, yes, no matter how, no matter where you're viewing it from. And that's why I'm trying as best as I could to make sure my video is quite understandable for people to learn from. NEPA just bought light, thank God. So now I'm just inserting my waist measurement. After my waist measurement, I placed my tape like this to get my hip line, which is 9. Hope you guys know that hip line varies. It depends on the height of the person and all of that. So my hip line, I went down by 9 inches to get my hip. So after getting my hip, the next thing I did was to insert my hip measurement. Ooh, this fan is just wow. So now I just added my the full length of my skirt, the length of my skirt. Then I marked the line there. So the next thing I did now is to insert my hip line measurement. I think one of the mistakes I made is not to add allowance to this skirt. I just measured my exact measurement. So the skirt was a bit tight, though the fitting it's still okay, but I felt if I had added allowance to it, it would have been much better. Though I added a bit allowance while cutting on my main fabric, but in case you're doing this, add at least 1 inch allowance to your main to your cutting. Add an inch allowance to it. So that is it. After inserting these measurements, the next thing I'll do is to cut it off. Cut it out, I mean. Said cut it off. However, just watch the video and see what I'm doing in case I tabo in any way. You just understand, okay? Most times when we are editing videos or putting our voice over or what, we make a whole lot of mistakes in speaking English. Not as if we don't know what to say, but that at that moment we might forget the right word to use for it. Okay, so just watch closely and see what we're doing. So this is the back part I just folded. So the next thing I'll be doing here, I'll place my front part to this back part and then give allowance of 1.5 inch, there about 1.5 or 2 inch for my zipper. That's where my zip will pass through. That's where my zip will be. Yeah. So I just marked my zip area. Wow, I'm enjoying this fan. I just pray they don't take this light because I don't know what's wrong with my, in my streets. So this is just like cutting out the normal basic pattern for skirts. Remember I said I didn't add any allowance to it, but if you're doing it, you might cut it like this as well, or add an allowance, 1 inch allowance highest or two. But I think the allowance, I don't know. I like the way mine is, and I think I think I would do something else. Like I'll still do it again, adding allowance to it to see how the fitting will be. So this line, I'm extending it to the back of this skirt, the back of the skirt. I'll be extending the line to the back so that it will have this line to be at the both sides for me to dictate my hip um measurements. So I have to open this back part, and I have to label it back part so I won't mix it up. Back part, and I also did the same at the front part as well. I extended my hip line to the other side of the front as well, and I labeled it front part. So after doing this, the next thing I'll do now is to get our solo tape or masking tape. If you have a masking tape, it will also be better. I don't know where this one is coming from, please. It will also be better, you know. So this is what I am doing now. So I'll have to use my tape to tape it down, like to join them together, because this skirt is not going to have any side sewing. The joining we have on this skirt will be just at the back part, which is where my zip will be. So the side skirt, there won't be any joining there. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just um solo taping this sides together. Then after that, I'll from this center part, I'll mark my bust nipple to nipple measurement in order to get my slits. My phone just fell off here. So I marked my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4.5. And hope you guys know that nipple to nipple varies. It's not the fact I make use of 4.5 doesn't mean you make use of 4.5. So I have a video on that. You can as well go and watch it on taking body measurements. So then now after marking my 4.5, I drew a straight line from the beginning, from my start point to the full length down part of my skirt. Then I placed my tape at the down part of my skirt to get my slits. This is how I normally get my slits, both in my normal skirts, my gown, anything that has to do with slits. I placed my tape at the down part to get my slit. So I placed my tape and I got 11. I measured 11. That's why I want my slit to be. So here I came in from that line, from my nipple to nipple line. I placed my tape to go in by, I think I went in by 4.5, and at the other side I did the same thing. I went in by 4.5. Then I came to this side to slant it. If you have an armhole curve, you can use it for this, but if you don't have, for me, I don't have, so I just used my free hand to do it. So you just have to slant it like this, give it a nice curve, and then do the same thing at the other side. So after doing that, I'll just have to cut it out. So after cutting it out, I'll then open my skirt, the brown paper, from, I covered that part too. I'll then open my brown paper from that place, from this place you're seeing where I marked my nipple to nipple measurement. That's that area. So this is what I did. I have divided it from that my nipple to nipple that area. So I have to close this side up, but for me to close this side up, I have to cut this side. I wouldn't have cut this side, which I later on closed it. Your cutting should be at the front side of this skirt, the other part of this place I'm cutting right now, the opposite part of it. So after cutting it, I still close it later on. You see it in this video. I needed to, gum the sides together, so I cut open this part and used my gum on it. So this is it. But at the end of the day, I closed this part. Yeah, this is it. I closed it back and opened from that part. I opened it from the front part. So I have to start my slash and spread from my slit measurement, from my slit line, from where my slit will start or where my slit will stop. I have to start cutting my slash and spread. So I'm just marking out the lines. You'll be very careful so you won't cut out everything at that point, at the back point. So this is what I meant by my slash and spread, the cutting of my slash and spread, or slash and spread, or whatever. So I stopped at where my slit starts. That's where I'll stop cutting my slash and spread. So this is it. See, the wider the space of this your slash and spread, the wider it is. That is the space you give at the opening of each of these places that are being cut. Depends on how full your ruched skirt will be. Depends on how full it will be at the front. So the wider it is, the fuller it is. The smaller it is, the lesser it is. So whichever one you want, depends on how full you want it, how should I say bulky, I don't know, depends on how full you shall want it. So now over to the material. When cutting on this material, you cut on the right side of the material, you cut on the front part of the material, you cut on the front, not the back. So you won't sew the back of your material. So you cut on the right side of the material, you bring back your brown paper, place it on your material, arrange it well, like arrange it well. Oh. If not, you'll make mistakes. This might look simple, which it is, but you need to apply carefulness in doing it so you won't make any mistake at the end of the day. Because once you make mistake in these things, your clothes won't come out the way you want it. You get, so you need to be very careful in arranging your skirt, your slash and spread, your brown paper on your material. So you need to space it out as well, like I explained earlier. The fuller the space, the lesser the space, however you want it. I opened that side a bit so that the space will be convenient for me. Space will be convenient for me. So I used my chalk. I didn't mark exactly on that brown paper. I went up by half an inch, and the same thing I did at the sides of the brown paper on the material. I did not mark exactly on them. I came out by half an inch. At this point, I had to be very careful because my table was not big enough, maybe because of these things on it, and again, I needed to capture it. So you can do this on the floor in order not to make any mistake, but I know how I manipulated it and I got what I wanted. So that is it on how to cut your ruched skirt. But this is a gown actually, you know. This is a gown. The only thing I did afterward was to cut my upper part, my half length, and I attached it to this gown. So we're going to be learning two things in this video: how to cut a cow neck dress in a very simple manner. It is very easy. I don't think you've seen that type anywhere. So we'll be learning how to cut the a cow, yeah, a cow neck in this video as well. Cow, cow. So I notched that area. That's my slit area. I notched it. Then the next thing I'll be doing, I'll also bring the other one, that is the other side of it, and cut it out. Okay, in this part, I was trying to, pleat it, to use my needle to pleat it. Why pleating it? You stop at where you notched for your slit. While pleating, you stop at where you notched for your slit. That is where you stop your pleating. This is how you pleat it. So I don't think okay, the same way I cut this side, that's how I'll cut the other side. I don't think I showed it. I don't think I videoed it. I can't remember. So this is me pleating it. After pleating it, like this, I'll go ahead and sew the pleated side. That's the edge. I'll sew it, pleat on the other side, and sew it before attaching it together. Why I didn't fast forward this side is you guys to understand what I'm doing there. So this is it after making my pleats. I was checking it on my body and my video didn't capture it because it was just standing still at one position. So see, after pleating, I will sew at that side. I'll also do them at the other side too. I'll also pleat this side, like I said. I'm trying to get where I notched, which is I don't know where I notched. I'm trying to get where I'm trying to get where I notched, and then cut what is not good, cut it out there, to align it. So this is it. I'm done sewing the pleats, sewing on the pleats. I did that on the both sides. Remember, always iron your clothes. Don't mind the fact that these clothes are rumpled. There was no light at the moment I made this video, and I needed to do this video because I have to upload it this Friday. Today I have to upload it today. So I was just working on it, so I'll be able to upload it today, this Friday. So after that, I have to join them together, and this is where my slits stop. As you can see, they aligned. The notch, there aligned. So if you're not getting it right, your slits will not align. Your opening for your slit will not align. One side will be longer than the other side. So make sure you get it right. And after doing that, I also had to close it up, like sew in my hem. I hemmed it. So this is how it looks like. This is how it's looking like. I sewed it straight down to where my slit starts. Where my mbawa starts. So now we'll be cutting our cow neck. It is very simple. Like, if you don't learn it here, and now, I wonder where you will learn it. I wonder when you will learn it, because it is very, very easy. So I started off with the back. In cutting the cow neck, you start with the back first. So I came in by 1.5 inch thereabout. I marked my back, where that's where my zip will be. Then I marked my half length as well. After that, I had to mark my shoulder measurement, which is always divided into two. I went down to get my armhole, which is 10 inches. So I had to, draw my line, as you can see. After that, I inserted my bust measurement, which is divided into 4, 10.5, with my additional 2 inches sewing allowance. I did the same at my waist part, which is divided into 4 as well, with my additional 2 inches sewing allowance. Then I connected the lines. After doing that, I curved my armhole, but it's quite unfortunate that my video is not that clear. But I have other videos on how to cut this. This is normal basic body pattern for the half part. Normal basic body pattern, So this is it. After cutting this, I had to cut my neck part, which is my neck width and my neck depth. So I first inserted my neck width 3.5, and then my neck depth is just 1 inch. So I marked it. After doing this gbogbo tibo you just saw, the simple next thing I'll be doing is just to place this material on my right side, the front part of this dress. It is as easy as ABC. Look at the space I gave. The fuller you want your cow neck is the fuller you want the space, the enough space you give. So this is how I placed it in a slant. Shebi this is slant form, yes. Then at this down part, notice what I did here. It does not align with that down part. Look at this tip aligns with the sides tips, but look at how I marked it straight down. I didn't bring it up to that back place. Just watch and see. There is no measurement outside. I came down by 3 or 4. There is no formula to this. So this is what I did, and I also notched this neck part. To know where my joining will start at the front. So I'm done cutting, and then I notched, like I said earlier. And there are other ways. I think I'll be making this cow neck video I'll be making it in another video. There are other ways of also cutting it. Like, in my next video, I'll show you the other pattern on how to cut this. But for now, let's make do with this one. Yeah, in my next video. Rome was not built in a day, so you not learn everything in a day. So this is it. So this is how it looks. Can you see? So while joining my shoulder part together, I have to start from this place I marked. I gave a notch for my neck part. That is where I just joined together like this. I joined it together, closed up my attached my sleeves. You all know how to attach sleeve. If this is your first time coming across this my videos, you just check in other of my videos on how to attach your sleeves, and I joined my both sides together. I didn't film this while sewing this. I didn't film this part because my phone storage was already filled up, so I needed to keep deleting some things to, add up. So I assume, or I know, we already know this part. Nepa just took the lights. So what I'll do now is to introduce my down part to this upper part, so they'll get to know their self. They'll become one, they'll become sisters, they'll become friends, they'll become partners. So I introduced the down part to the half length upper part. So I'll just sew straight on this down part. I'll just sew it. I'll just attach them together. Sew it down, straight down. So after sewing it, I attached my zip, and this is how it came out. Like, my camera didn't even give the beauty of those clothes. Like, it didn't show my ruched skirt that much. But that's all for it. Bye. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Don't forget